there everybody, Pastor Brian here. Here's yet another of our videos just to get you thinking about spiritual things in the midst of your week. Hey, how's your week going? I hope you're doing well and hanging in there. I don't know if you saw this, but at the end of September, a federal panel of medical experts recommended for the very first time that every single adult under the age of 65 be screened for anxiety. Now, this follows a similar recommendation that was made earlier on in the year that also every child and teenager be screened for anxiety. Now, I don't know how you feel hearing that, but I'll tell you, that made me feel sad that so many people face that. It also led me to think, why is this happening and what can be done about it? Folks who are experts in this and who study this say that there was a seismic rise in reported feelings of anxiety when the smartphone, entered into our worlds. With this came the idea that news would always be with us and would always be delivered to us. With this came the idea that our social media feeds would always be with us and delivered to us. And I don't know how you feel, but I don't always feel great after hearing or reading the news. And I don't often always feel great after checking out a social media feed. So think about it this way. What would you say if I told you that every hour I let somebody come into my life and just yell bad news at me for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes? You'd probably be like, Pastor Brian, why are you letting that person into your life every hour or so to give you bad news for 10 or 15 minutes? Well, in a way, that's kind of what I'm doing every time I check the news. And depending on who you talk to, the number is somewhere between 58 and 96 times the average person picks up their smartphone. So get this, between 58 to 96 times, you're allowing someone into your life to give you bad news or to make you feel more anxious. No wonder we're feeling so anxious. So much bad news coming our way. 58 to 96 times a day. What does Jesus have to say about this? Here's what Jesus says in Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Or the Apostle Paul in Galatians 6:9 says this, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we'll reap a harvest if we don't give up." That is to say, it is so good in the midst of all that's around us that we actually turn to the Lord and His Word. Perfect solution? Of course it isn't, but I think it'll help. Maybe a little less of this and a little more of this. Have a great day, everybody.